Well, good evening everyone. Is it good evening? 6:30? Yeah, it's evening. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. It's been a while since I've streamed. I must admit I have had a busy March and well, the last few weeks of March in particular have been a busy one, a busy period. I've been the mic a bit closer. So yeah, lots have changed. So I as you know, if you have followed me for a while, have had a little bit of illness, a little bit of how else should we say, disruption to my life in terms of just family business that's been messing me up. Not my family here at home, thankfully. Anyway, drama aside, work has also been a humongous source of stress for me, and I am ecstatic. The sense of relief I feel is overwhelming to report that I have secured myself a new position. Now, obviously time will tell whether it provides the much needed stress relief that I am seeking. However, the sense of relief that I have about me right now as I work my notice period, which is going to be a couple of months, is immense. So I'm looking forward to doing some good work, but not being too concerned, you know, like for the long term effect. And I mean, I care, it matters. I'm not looking to necessarily leave a legacy at my current business, but one of my ambitions is always to do good, meaningful, impactful work. So I'm going to enjoy the next couple of months doing that, and then in June I start my new role, which is closer to home, which is a massive positive, massive plus, but it's also close to the beach. I can see the beach from the office, in fact, so good for my soul. But yeah, hopefully it will just give me a bit more recovery time. At the moment, commuting from down here in the New Forest up to London is a bit of a mission. It's a great ride in the mornings, don't get me wrong, but then I've still got another hour and a half of the train after that, so getting up at 4, getting the 5:30 train, and then getting into London for just after 8, not enjoyable. I've always said that I'd never commute over an hour, so to be doing the best part of 2.5 hours is killing me at the moment. So yeah, gonna be good. It's a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive-ish, for about an hour's ride down to Bournemouth from where I live now. That said, I think longer term, in the next couple of years, we will be moving again to an area of the New Forest called Sway, or to New Milton, that sort of way. So it's much closer to the coast and much closer to my new place of work as well. So all being well, and ultimately what this means for me is, I'm hoping it means that my training and my cycling gets back on track. I mean, having said that, it has been back on track anyway. I've done the last 4 weeks of round about 8 hours a week, over 200 kilometers or so in the bank each week, so in excess of 1,000k. This week has been 100k so far, not including what I'm doing now, and yeah, it's been a good training block. So the phase I'm in this week with the lowered duration has been more about kind of recovering a little bit, I think, and trying to give the legs a rest before the next 2 weeks of well, quite a heavy workload at work, not on the bike. So trying to give myself a little bit of rest so I can focus on that and finish strong and leave a good impression. But yeah, it should be interesting to see how I go tonight as a result, because the legs right now, as I'm sat here pedaling, Feel pretty good. The quads are stiff, no doubt about that. After doing 70 kilometres around the beautiful New Forest yesterday morning, a bit colder than I thought yesterday. But yeah, should hopefully be a good ride tonight. Right, let me drop a message to my fellow riders. Good evening, everyone. Not to you. Wishing you strong legs and lungs tonight. We are live. On come on, YouTube. Look for Michael. Can't even spell my own name. Rommel, smiley face. So yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I've been a bit slack, a bit lax at advertising and broadcasting the channel. That said, I haven't really been streaming consistently recently. Wishing you all the same. It'd be nice if yours were a little less strong than mine. Yeah. Well, that's one thing I was going to say. The legs feel pretty good right now, but I will be fascinated to see how my lungs respond, because it's been a couple of weeks of kind of, like I say, duration and just getting in the saddle and clocking up the hours rather than trying to do anything too structured or intense. So I haven't done a lot of the sharp end of a training plan. No sprint practice, no sweet spot. It's all just sort of been zone 2 and riding on fills, if I'm honest. So choosing a quick race tonight is going to be telling. Let's see how it goes. Right, quick blow of the nose. Alright, and then we're going to switch into race cam. Get going. Bear with me while I blow my nose. And as is par for the course for me, 30 seconds before the flag drop, I need a wee. Right, I'm on the right wheels, right bike. Yeah, good. Okay, 30 seconds. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, nearly dropped the remote for the plans. I've moved the mic, the bike back a bit, so hopefully it's all good. Right, okay. Here we go. I'm going to turn my music on, get into the zone, and enjoy this. Wish me luck, folks. Let's go. Woo! Oh, that guy's gone. Oh, tough start. Oh man, going again. Oh, one lap. 4 to go. Whew. Okay, 6 of us in this group, 4 of us with steering. Let's see if that makes a difference to proceedings. Oh. "41 meters of climbing per lap, according to the Zwift event." Oh, quads. Ah. Whew. Okay. So my quads completely gave up on me at that time when I was out of the saddle, so let's try in the saddle this time now. Spin faster, breathe deeper. Come on, Bang, you take a turn, please. Don't drop me. Oh my gosh. Ah. 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 Oh, I can hardly speak, hang on. Oh, oh. Oh my gosh. Oh. So there was a comment there from Bang about, hang on. Oh. So Bang dropped a comment. He dropped a comment to say, I was doing lower watts per kilo than him, but constantly seemed to be on the front. I did see that. It was interesting. I think it's because of source for Zwift, the overlay that I have here. Not that it's giving me a boost, but I think just having visibility of that draft is so key. So I was able to just rein my power back to just stay behind him really without ever really needing to surge. Whereas I think without that information in the past, without knowing what kind of draft I've been getting, I have a tendency to push to the front and then ease up, and then it's just that kind of yo-yo effect where front of the pack, back of the pack, front of the pack. And knowing what the draft savings are means, of course, you can just kind of keep an eye on the watts per kilo on the right hand side of the rider in front of you, but then obviously take into account the watts you're saving as well. So if he's doing 3.2, 3.3, 3.4 watts per kilo, and that's taking him, say, 275-ish watts, if I'm saving 70 watts, I know I can just sit there at 200. So absolutely, the minute he lets off a little bit, I cruise in front of him. I just maintain that same power, knowing when he pulls in front again in a minute, because he's surging and the yo-yoing, that I can just regain that draft effect again. So anyway, how did we do overall? So I was thinking in my own head what I don't want, what I don't really want to happen is I don't want to be last out of that pack of 6. So I don't mind not winning, because that's where I'm at the moment. 3.6, 3.7-ish watts per kilo is about what I can probably achieve. And I'm hoping to push that number up. I should be back up at 4.2, 4.3 watts per kilo, you know, before long. Maybe even 4.4, 4.5. But right now where I'm at, it's kind of what I expect. So I was just having a hope really that the guys around me weren't that strong, but they were. Fair play to Griffin, who managed to hang on with the front 3 before I think getting dropped on one of the climbs, 2 or 3 from the finish. And well done to the first 3 of the podium finishers, all scoring above 4 watts per kilo. I think you've got to look at someone like Den Hartog, who, despite only doing 272 watts, got 4.2 watts per kilo, so clearly a lightweight rider. Whereas someone like Rose Art doing 4.3, but that's taking 326 watts, so over 50 watts extra. So it's a big difference between Rose and Hartog. So well done to Rose. But I think you've got to say, if you look at someone like Izzo, the guy who won it, clearly probably raced smarter, didn't have to put down the same sort of power as Rose, and he's clearly something of a heavier rider. Is that a light rider? Yeah, heavier I think, isn't it? Yeah, than Den Hartog. But I would imagine probably just put down his power when it counted most. I'd be interested to see what his winning move was, whether it was a breakaway on the last climb maybe, and then just hammering it until the finish line. But with a 31 second lead over second and a 40 second lead behind me over third, that's pretty impressive, so well done to him. Sorry, not for 30 second lead, 2 second lead over second, sorry, and nearly a 10 second lead over third. So I was taking his finishing time and adding their times. Anyway, good race, I enjoyed that. I wasn't sure how I would do tonight, but the legs still feel pretty good. The quads did completely pack their bags and fuck off from that second climb. I got out of the saddle and they were just dead. It's like someone had just kneed me in the thigh. So ended up doing the remaining climbs in the saddle, and I think that was smart, but I really needed those quads to mix up the muscle groups I was using. All that said, I think one thing I'm particularly very pleased with is the sprint at the end there. It turned into a bit of a long range drag race. And I was just trying to sort of save it till 500 or 600 meters to go, but bang went a little bit early, put down some power. I sort of caught on, then he softened up again, and then he went again and just kept going. And I thought, well, if we keep this leapfrogging thing going, then I probably won't recover as well as he does, really. You know, I don't feel like I've got that recovery in me at the moment, so I thought I've just got to go. And I saw the gap go from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 meters. I thought if I can get to sort of 50 meters to go, I can probably then start to breathe through my mouth and nose again. And it worked, so I wouldn't say it's my best ever sprint, but if I think about recent times and the sprints I've had since Christmas, well, where I haven't had a sprint, I should be pretty pleased with that. I was able to keep the power applied for a lot longer than there's my keyboard and my water bottle. I was able to keep the power applied for a lot longer than usual. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Well, I'll try, but let me grab my keyboard. I'll leave it there for now. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate you being here. Well done to everyone who took part in this race tonight. If you don't already, please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to give the video a big like, or a little like, or just a regular like, that'd be much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one. All that's left to say is peace and good vibes to you. See you again soon. Bye bye. Oof.